Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. With that, we move on to the third keynote address of the day, titled How China is Building an Omni-Channel Footprint to Drive Next Level of Growth. And it's my pleasure to welcome and introduce Sankalp Potbhare, Chief Commercial Officer, Asia, the Kraft Heinz Company. Sankalp, over to you.
Thank you, Economic Times, for giving me this opportunity to present at this forum. As per the recent IMF report, China is one of the very, very few countries which is expected to grow its GDP in a tough year like 2020. And FMCG within the China is no different. It's expected to grow around 2x of the GDP growth in 2020. As the world today grapples with the new normal, China is not only working towards building a formidable new future, but at the same time getting its act ready for the next level of growth. So now, as we peek into the FMCG lens of the China business, today we will talk about the three new emerging channels which are becoming the biggest growth drivers for the future. If you look at today, e-commerce is not only big, but it is becoming bigger and bigger with each and every passing day. Modern trade, on the other hand, has not only shrunk with respect to its number of footfalls or the size of the business, but O2O platforms is becoming the next big lever of growth for driving the next level of retail growth. Social commerce is becoming a very important channel, and it is becoming not only a must-have channel within the footprint, but at the same time, it's becoming a biggest growth driver as we see the entire FMCG channel landscape evolve. So net, this new channel dynamics is becoming the next big growth driver. If you look at today, the way we will structure the presentation is that we will not only talk about this new retail and the O2O and the social commerce, but we'll step back and see about how these channels are becoming a part of the larger game, which is becoming a more and more omni-channel footprint of driving the next level of growth. Because if the omni-channel footprint, which is like activating all the channels together in an integrated way, will help drive the next level of growth for the years to come. What exactly is omni-channel? Omni-channel is nothing but looking at a channel from in a very integrated way. As a shopper, today we not only shop from one space, but we at the same time we go to different channels and our interfaces across. We today sometimes buy from an e-commerce site, sometimes we go and buy from a traditional retail store or a kirana store, or somewhere we buy from a very different form, the new age formats like a social commerce. Today, omni-channel consumers contribute to around 67% of the total CPG business. Why? Because today our shoppers are Gen Zs and millennials who are digital natives. They would want to try out new products. For example, the recent report that I read was talking about the 2/3 of the millennials and the Gen Zs have tried at least one new product in 2020. Therefore, there is an unprecedented need for a unified and a consistent consumer experience to make sure that the same communication and the same messaging is dialed up across different platforms to the consumers. The new ways of marketing are rising, and the rise of key opinion leaders or the blogger-led marketing or the live streaming is becoming a need of the hour. Today, in China specifically, there are 630 million users of live streaming. So they not only go and listen to these influencers, but at the same time take their feedback and suggestions seriously and convert that active entertainment into actual purchase. E-commerce is a past and new retail is becoming a future. This is what Jack Ma had said in a recent presentation. So net, the entire omni-channel footprint or the omni-channel approach is becoming a very integral part of every single company that works and wants to be successful in China. How is all this happening? So apart from the retail or apart from the regular traditional trade business or the e-commerce business, I would specifically talk about two specific interventions or the two specific channels which are becoming big, which is the new retail and the social commerce one. So the O2O and social commerce are the two next big growth drivers, and we, in a while from now, we will deep dive into this and talk about how these channels are evolving. But at the same time, companies are also looking at tapping into other enablers like a robust CRM platform, where they're able to use machine learning and data analytics to make sure that they not only attract new consumers into the base. At the same time, they are able to grow the basket of the consumers by dialing up more and more products towards them. There is also an integrated data management system in which the systems are not only talking to each other, but at the same time collaborating, which means if a consumer is lost with respect to its purchasing decision-making process in an offline environment, it's tapped into in the online space and vice versa. So there is a very well collaborated approach which is happening in the data management or the integration piece. At the same time, the companies are investing a lot of time in listening to the consumers, and called as social listening. What are the consumers talking? What is the consumer feedback? What is the kind of consumers talking about it from a gossip perspective, from a feedback perspective, from a reviews perspective, and looking at insights around it, and then looking at feeding in right information to them so that they convert the consumers from a passive to an active consumer. I think that's exactly what is happening in order to dial up this footprint. Today, we'll talk about the new retail in detail. Jack Ma, I think this is a very interesting quote that I came across where he had said that e-commerce is a past concept and new retail will become the future model because the way new retail is emerging, or the O2O is emerging, I think it's really mind-boggling. I have a short video to show about how the channel is evolving. So this is the Herma story that I would want to talk about.
Shopping usually involves one of two options: go to the store or buy it online. These days, more and more people are opting for the box on their doorstep, which is putting a squeeze on traditional brick-and-mortar retail. But when online shopping can't quite deliver, you need to go to the store. The experience can be frustrating and disappointing. Online or offline, these cannot be the only options. Well, in China, a new form of retail is taking shape that's combining the best of both online and offline retail. Alibaba, the company best known for its online marketplace, is leading the way. For them, the future isn't total domination of e-commerce. Rather, it's the complete digitization of all commerce that could be the key to saving traditional retail. The company simply refers to this as new retail. It's already helping even the most traditional retail models adapt to a new digital world in unexpected, creative ways. Why not start with the supermarket? Let's face it, no one really enjoys the process of grocery shopping. But ordering online isn't perfect either. Some things you want to pick yourself, and life can't always accommodate a delivery window. Enter Hema, Alibaba's designed-from-scratch grocery store for modern times, customized the way consumers want to shop for food. The shopping experience is powered by your mobile phone. Scan and find out what you're buying. You can buy groceries, or eat in with the freshest seafood that's instantly prepared for you. And best of all, you can have your groceries and cooked seafood all delivered to you in as quickly as 30 minutes, if you're lucky enough to live within a 3-kilometer radius of Hema. That's because every Hema store doubles as a distribution center. The model is so popular in China that people are actually moving to live near Hema locations.
Yeah, so isn't it exciting to see about how consumers are actually changing their purchasing behavior and looking at embarking about new channel experiences. And I think Alibaba is really stepping up in terms of providing a very different consumer experience. And today, when you look at it from a company's perspective or the corporate perspective, most of the companies are working towards tying up with this, making sure that the product is available, tying up with the Herma stores, and making sure that the brand is activated in the right way so that the consumers, when you interact, not only get a great experience, but at the same time, you build a great loyalty. Second piece that I wanted to talk about is equally exciting, social commerce. Social commerce is already $178 billion in China in 2019, as per the eMarketeers report. And it's expected to become double in the next 3 to 4 years of time. And there are multiple platforms which are emerging. We have seen something similar to a small extent, trends emerge within India as well, like the platforms like Bulbul or Meesho or Facebook. There are a lot of platforms which are emerging. But what we are seeing in full glory is a social commerce network which is built within China. And I think it's a must have because there's a lot of leverage that you can see of live streaming, consumers being educated by the local bloggers, at the same time a conversion happening from a celebrity whom they can trust and know, and which is like converting a business opportunity which would have otherwise lost in a different format. Social commerce is a very exciting space to watch. I have a short video which talks about what exactly is social commerce and what exactly is happening by one of the players in China.
Shopping in real life is interactive. Because whether you're grabbing the essentials or perusing the latest trends, you're bound to interact with others, discover surprises, and maybe even enjoy some entertainment. So, why can't shopping online be just as fun and interactive? Now it is with Pinduoduo, the interactive mobile shopping experience where everyone can discover fun and savings together. Here, there isn't an empty search bar. You're greeted by a personalized feed full of recommended products just for you. Easily discover products you need and the ones you might not otherwise know existed across all categories and all amazing value for money prices. Beyond your feed, explore specific categories, exciting promotions, and detailed product information, return policies, and reviews. Then, when you're ready to purchase, the real magic starts with team purchasing. Join an existing team or start one by inviting your friends through popular social networks. If your friends are interested, they can click and join seamlessly. Once a team of 2 is completed, you can enjoy more savings, and your purchase will be guaranteed to ship out within 48 hours. And there are endless ways to shop and have fun with your friends in our app with ongoing fun games, like Duoduo Orchard. The best part? The more users join and participate, the more interactions, fun, and savings for all.
So again, a very interesting channel that's evolving that we saw, right? Social commerce is becoming a very important and sought after channel within China, CPG companies. Most of the companies are looking at tapping into this new opportunity. There's also interesting areas like live streaming, as talking about it before. So live streaming is a platform in which local bloggers and local celebrities will talk about the interesting ways of using the same product differently or creating new recipes out of the food ingredients. And I think a lot of CPG companies are leveraging this tool as well in terms of converting this into purchases. And WeChat, or example, TikTok or Pinduoduo is also doing on similar lines to attract new consumers into the base. So tying it all together, so net omni-channel is not only looking at a channel from an individual lens, but at the same time looking at it's an approach of looking at it in a very integrated way. It's a very collaborative effort to provide one unified consumer experience. It's a very important imperative for most CPG companies today to looking at powering your commerce by tapping into the new retail opportunity. Today in India, the new retail opportunity is limited and there are very few players, but it will be soon a very, very big opportunity coming into India. So that's a big opportunity that we could not let it lose. Third, leveraging key opinion leaders and influencers to build brand so that we are and leveraging the social media networks to activate the brand in the right way. And the most important thing, this is not a part-time game. If you have to really be leveraging this opportunity and making this into a big deal, we need to treat this as a dedicated setup. And I think most of the CPG companies today in China are having a very dedicated organizations to looking after e-commerce, e-retail, or the ERTM or the O2O or the social network, social commerce sites. There are dedicated teams working on it. And therefore, this cannot be a part-time person handling this. And if you have to really take this opportunity seriously. That's all I had to share. Thank you once again for the opportunity. It was indeed exciting to talk. I'm available on LinkedIn in case if there are any doubts or any feedback on the presentation. I'm happy to take that. Thank you once again, Economic Times, for the lovely opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Potbhare, for shedding light on how China is building an omni-channel footprint to drive next level of growth. Thank you for taking time off from your busy schedule, and we wish you and the Kraft Heinz Company the very best going forward.